gentlemen, good morning. I'm Lieutenant David Weber, Recruit Training Command's Drill Division Officer. On behalf of Rear Admiral Gary Jones, Commander, Naval Service Training Command, and Captain Michael L. Moran, Commanding Officer, Recruit Training Command, welcome to our graduation ceremony. Today you will see 13 divisions, 929 sailors participate in the graduation ceremony and soon join the most powerful Navy in the history of the world. The unit positioned at center deck is the Review Commander and staff. The Review Commander is responsible for conducting the graduation ceremony. Today's Review Commander is Seaman Recruit Jeffrey Hager from Parkland, Florida. Performing and graduating today is the staff unit on their 8th and final week of training, the State Flags unit on their 7th week of training, and the band, choir, and drill team on their 6th week of training. These units are comprised entirely of recruits. Also performing today and positioned at the extreme left end of the drill hall is the Navy Band Great Lakes. The Navy Band Great Lakes was formed in 1917 and was first directed by Lieutenant Commander John Philip Sousa. This is the only Navy band in the Midwest and performs throughout the Great Lakes region. Conducting and drum majoring for today's graduation ceremony is musician 2nd Class David Coble. Upon their night of arrival, the recruits are placed into divisions of approximately 80 people and assigned 3 division commanders. From then on, Recruit Training Command's vast team of instructors, counselors, and support staff train and acclimate these new personnel for Navy life. However, the Recruit Division commanders form the backbone of recruit training and are the key individuals in the life of every recruit. They are responsible for ensuring the recruits receive all the tools necessary to succeed in the intense environment of today's fleet. The division commanders must serve as counselors, disciplinarians, administrators, and military leaders. Above all, they must show themselves as outstanding examples of military bearing, appearance, attitude, and behavior. In the absence of their division commanders, the recruit chief petty officers take charge and will lead their respective division as they graduate today. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce the graduating divisions and their division commanders and recruit chief petty officers. As I introduce each division and individual, they will raise the competitive flags that they earn throughout their training. As I introduce each recruit chief petty officer, the flag representing their home state will be raised. Please hold your applause until all introductions have been completed, starting from their right. Division 3, 6, 9. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer James Farrell. Petty Officer First Class Mark Kluskin. And Petty Officer Second Class Lisa Lewitsky. And their Recruit Chief Petty Officer, Seaman Recruit Michael Lang from Jacksonville, Florida. Division 3, 7, 0. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Kevin Langley. Petty Officer First Class Mike Nisbet. And Petty Officer Second Class Oscar Pope. And their Recruit Chief Petty Officer, Seaman Recruit Clifton Dillahay from Dallas, Texas. Division 3, 7, 1. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Christopher Smith. Petty Officer First Class Timothy Wilson. and Petty Officer Second Class James Tesh. And their Recruit Chief Petty Officer, Seaman Recruit Preston Clary from Rockledge, Florida. Division 3, 7, 2. Commanded by Petty Officer First Class Audie McMurtry, Petty Officer First Class Cornell Blanchet, and Petty Officer Second Class John Fields. And their Recruit Chief Petty Officer, Seaman Recruit Brandon Horton from Loveland, Colorado. Division 3, 7, 3. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Judy Foss, Petty Officer First Class Michael Matthews, and Petty Officer Second Class Mark Brown. And their Recruit Chief Petty Officer, Seaman Recruit Cynthia McDuffie from New Boston, Texas. Division 3, 7, 4. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Eric Olson, Petty Officer First Class Melissa McLaughlin, and Petty Officer Second Class Mark Alvarado. And their Recruit Chief Petty Officer, Seaman Recruit Carla Rogers from Caldwell, Idaho. Division 3, 7, 5. Commanded by Petty Officer First Class Joseph Waltman, Petty Officer First Class Christopher Chandler, and Petty Officer First Class Wilson Seidenstricker. And their Recruit Chief Petty Officer, Seaman Recruit Courtney Bass from Lovelady, Texas. Division 3, 7, 6. Commanded by Petty Officer First Class Jimmy Brown, Petty Officer First Class Mickey Black, and Petty Officer Second Class Juana Joe Bigham, and their Recruit Chief Petty Officer, Seaman Recruit Michael Umayum from Stafford, Virginia. Division 3, 7, 7. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Paul Watson, Petty Officer First Class Arthur Owen, and Petty Officer First Class Candace Robichaud, and their Recruit Chief Petty Officer, Seaman Recruit Michael Jess from Anaconda, Montana. Division 3, 7, 8. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Garland Anderson, Petty Officer First Class Marilyn Reed, and Petty Officer First Class John Gorman, and their Recruit Chief Petty Officer, Seaman Recruit Robin Keeler from San Antonio, Texas. Division 3, 7, 9. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Vincent Wilkerson. Petty Officer First Class Lynn Froschner. And Petty Officer Second Class Alan Carmona. And their Recruit Chief Petty Officer, Seaman Recruit Seth Bowell from Biloxi, Mississippi. Division 3, 8, 0. Commanded by Petty Officer First Class Warren Johnson. Petty Officer First Class Jason Johnson. And Petty Officer First Class Travis Biswell. And their Recruit Chief Petty Officer, Seaman Recruit James Barnes from Conroe, Texas. Division 9, 4, 9. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Louis Williams. Chief Petty Officer Jeffrey Lettinen. And Petty Officer First Class Brian Mitchell. And their Recruit Chief Petty Officer, Seaman Recruit Jeffrey Hager from Parkland, Florida. On behalf of the commanding officer and staff of Recruit Training Command, we congratulate these division commanders and Recruit Chief Petty Officers on a job well done.
Recruit Training Command arriving. CNO directed, Command Master Chief, Naval Service Training Command, arriving. CNO directed, Command Master Chief, Navy Recruiting Command, arriving. The guest may be seated. Chaplain Martin will offer this morning's invocation.
Let us pray. Dear God, we gathered together this morning to celebrate this transformation of citizens becoming sailors. We ask for your presence and blessing of these sailors as they begin their journey. Help them to not forget the oath they took to support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America, that they have sworn to fight, perhaps even die in the defense of their country, its Constitution, and its values. Help them to understand that no man or woman is an island to itself or herself. The choices they now make will directly affect not only their lives, but the lives of the sailors next to them, and even the safety of our nation. Help them to do right, because a sailor with integrity is one who can be trusted. One who can be trusted to tell the truth despite the consequences, to stand for right, even though they would stand alone. Help them to live their lives as sailors in the United States Navy with honor, courage, and commitment. This we ask in your holy name. Amen.
Our guests may be seated. At this point, the commanding officer would typically issue orders and instructions to the unit commanders. Then the unit commanders would face about and relay the information to their divisions. Today's events show how orders pass through the chain of command.
Present or accounted for, sir. Very well. The sailors agree. I am a United States sailor. I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America, and I will obey the orders of those appointed over me. I represent the fighting spirit of the Navy and those who have gone before me to defend freedom and democracy around the world. I proudly serve my country's Navy combat team with honor, courage, and commitment. I am committed to the excellence and the fair treatment of all.
Good morning. Commence the review.
Very well. Good morning. I'm Captain Michael Moran, Commanding Officer, Recruit Training Command, Great Lakes. On behalf of Rear Admiral Select Gary Jones, Commander Naval Service Training Command, and Commander Navy Region Midwest, I'd like to welcome you all to this morning's recruit graduation ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where the Navy starts. I would like to welcome our special guest, the Reviewing Officer, CNO Director Command Master Chief Evelyn Banks, Navy Recruiting Command. I would also like to welcome Naval Service Training Command and the Commander Navy Recruiting Command Senior Enlisted Symposium, the Proviso West High School NJROTC Unit, and Mr. Pete Torres, Legislative Assistant to the Honorable Pedro A. Torino, Resident Representative to the United States of the Commonwealth of Northern Mariana Islands. Additionally, I'd like to welcome CNO Director Command Master Chief Tony Driver from Naval Service Training Command. But most importantly, I'm pleased to welcome the family and friends of today's graduates who have come here today to share in this significant milestone with our newest sailors. Your Navy continues to be manned by top quality sailors like those you see standing before you this morning. The challenge we face is to preserve that quality while maintaining the readiness of our naval forces and ultimately the security of this nation. This training group is ready to graduate and serve in the world's greatest and most powerful Navy. They have successfully completed battle stations, and they have earned the right to wear the uniform recognized throughout the world as a symbol of freedom. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you 929 of the newest and sharpest sailors in the United States Navy.
Recruit Training Command's competitive system among individual recruits and divisions promotes teamwork, attention to detail, and pride in accomplishment. Divisions performing above standards throughout the 8 weeks of training are awarded recognition flags in 4 mission areas. These 4 mission areas are academic achievement, military drill, compartment readiness, and physical fitness. These flags are carried as a visible symbol of the division's success. Each flag indicates that your sailors, individually and as teams, met performance standards in 1 or more mission area events. Any division exceeding basic requirements in the 4 mission areas during the 8 weeks of training is designated a Battle Efficiency Division and earns the Battle E flag in recognition of this outstanding performance. 6 divisions earned this honor today, and we congratulate these divisions on a job well done. Any division that excels in every phase of training and earns all flags qualifies for the Chief of Naval Operations Honor Division recognition and is awarded the CNO Honor Flag for exemplary achievement. This designation reflects a high degree of teamwork, morale, and esprit de corps, as well as the superb leadership of the division commanders. Today, we have the pleasure of presenting as CNO Honor Divisions, Division 380. Division 949. We congratulate these divisions for a job exceptionally well done. Captain Moran will present this week's individual awards. He will be joined on the drill deck by our reviewing officer, Master Chief Banks. Each honor graduate will receive a replica of sculptor Stanley Blyfeld's The Lone Sailor. And it is now our pleasure to introduce the honor graduates for the graduating divisions. Please hold your applause until the introductions have been completed. Seaman Recruit Marcus Hernandez, Division 369 from Visalia, California. Seaman Recruit Ross Langway, Division 370 from Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Seaman Recruit Damian Ho, Division 371 from Whittier, California. Seaman Recruit Otto Lopez, Division 372 from Rocheron, Texas. Seaman Recruit Amanda Matisich, Division 373 from Verona, Pennsylvania. Seaman Recruit Michael Washington, Division 374 from New York, New York. Seaman Recruit Jesse Trail, Division 375 from Fairfield, Pennsylvania. Seaman Recruit Fabio Godoy, Division 376 from Oxon Hill, Maryland. Seaman Recruit Corey Callan, Division 377 from Chester, New Jersey. Seaman Recruit Nicole Crummis, Division 378 from Sacramento, California. Seaman Recruit Seth Val, Division 379 from Biloxi, Mississippi. Seaman Recruit Jesse Kramer, Division 380 from Bloomington, Minnesota. Seaman Recruit Kamathi Clark, Division 949 from Memphis, Tennessee. To each honor graduate goes the traditional Navy recognition of Bravo Zulu, which means congratulations, sailors, well done. It is our pleasure to recognize the review commander for today's ceremony. Seaman Recruit Jeffrey Hager, Division 949 from Parkland, Florida. Throughout his training, Seaman Recruit Hager has exhibited great pride in the naval service and has consistently demonstrated his potential as an effective leader. He has maintained a high standard of personal appearance and an excellent display of military bearing and command voice. This is Seaman Recruit Hager's final ceremony as Recruit Review Commander, as he also graduates today and heads to the fleet with his shipmates. Seaman Recruit Hager, the staff of Recruit Training Command salute you for your outstanding leadership. Well done, sailor. Seaman Recruit Catherine Brown, Division 374 from Roy, Utah, is the recipient of the Academic Excellence Award, which recognizes the sailor who achieves the highest overall academic score during recruit training. The award is sponsored by the Lake Defiance chapter of the Illinois Society of the Sons of the American Revolution. Seaman Recruit Brown, congratulations on your outstanding accomplishment. Well done, sailor. Seaman Recruit Dustin Murray, Division 949 from Libertyville, Illinois, is the winner of the United Service Organization Award. This award is sponsored by the USO and is presented to the recruit who best exemplifies the spirit and intent of the word shipmate. Seaman Recruit Murray has earned the USO Award. Congratulations, shipmate, on a job well done. Seaman Recruit Zachary Peterson, Division 375 from Utan, Nebraska, is the recipient of the Military Order of the World War's Award of Merit. This award is presented for meritorious performance during recruit training. Senior Recruit Peterson, you are commended for your achievement and selection for this award. Well done, sailor. The Military Officers Association Leadership Award is presented to the recruit who has demonstrated noteworthy professionalism. Senior Recruit Robin Keeler, Division 378 from San Antonio, Texas, is the recipient of the Leadership Award, recognizing her exceptional tenacity and performance. Senior Recruit Keeler, congratulations on your outstanding achievement. Well done, sailor. For having displayed outstanding qualities of leadership, best expressing the American spirit of honor, initiative, and loyalty, Senior Recruit Sarah McNaughton, Division 377 from Jackson, California, is awarded the Navy League Award. This award is sponsored by the Navy League of the United States and is awarded to outstanding recruits selected from graduation from basic training. Senior Recruit McNaughton, for your outstanding performance, we congratulate you. Well done, sailor. Senior Recruit Brandon Horton, Division 372 from Loveland, Colorado, is the recipient of the Navy Club of the United States of America Military Excellence Award. This award is presented to that sailor who achieved the most out of his graduating class. Senior Recruit Horton's personal performance in recruit training best exemplifies the qualities of enthusiasm, devotion to duty, professional and academic achievement, military appearance and behavior, self-discipline, and teamwork. Senior Recruit Horton, the staff of Recruit Training Command salutes you as the finest of this group of graduating sailors. Well done, sailor. It is appropriate to recognize such outstanding individual accomplishments by these sailors with a round of 3 cheers. The adjutant will now lead all graduating divisions in 3 cheers for this morning's honor graduates and award winners.
Hip, hip.
It's a great pleasure to introduce our reviewing officer, C&O Director Command Master Chief Evelyn Banks. Master Chief Banks is a native of Memphis, Tennessee. She completed recruit training in Orlando, Florida in 1984 and went on to complete Mess Management A School. During her distinguished career, Master Chief Banks has served aboard the USS Samuel Gompers, Navy Recruiting District Memphis, and Naval Air Station Adak, Alaska, USS Acadia, and Naval Recruiting District Jacksonville, Florida. She attended the Air Force Senior Non-Commissioned Officer Academy prior to receiving orders to the Pre-Commissioning Unit Decatur. She went on to serve on board the USS Germantown, where she was selected for the Command Master Chief program and received orders to serve as the Command Master Chief, Naval Support Facility Diego Garcia. Following a highly successful tour, she graduated from the United States Navy Senior Enlisted Academy and returned to the Academy's staff as a faculty advisor prior to assuming duties as the Command Master Chief of Carrier Air Wing 14 in Lemoore, California. She is currently serving as the C&O Director Command Master Chief from Navy Recruiting Command. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a warm Recruit Training Command welcome to C&O Director Command Master Chief Evelyn Banks.
action we take and the decisions we make in this decade will have consequences far into this century. Words from our President, George W. Bush. To Captain Moran, other distinguished members who elevate the platform, graduates, and families. Yes, I'm Master Chief Banks, and obviously I'm proud of all of you coming from Recruiting Command, where I serve proudly. We're under the directions of Rear Admiral Fowler, and if he were here today, he too would be proud. First, allow me to acknowledge a decision we're all proud of. Your decision to serve our nation and our Navy. Today we celebrate not only your decision, but also your actions. Your choice to visit a recruiter and report here was simply a decision. It is the actions that you took since that day that we're honoring. Over the past 9 weeks, you've learned to communicate differently. You've matured. You've come to understand the fighting spirit of those who've gone before you. You now recognize the value and the power of our core values of honor, courage, and commitment. You have become sailors. The group gathered here today before us are the finest generation, and they would not be here if it were not for the support of their families. In our Navy, family is very important. For all of our parents, our husbands, our wives, our sisters, our children, and our friends. It is not your actions alone today, but remember well, we equally celebrate the Recruit Division commanders and the superb staff here at Recruit Training Command. Regardless of how long you serve, where your trials and your tribulations may carry you, where your winnings may carry you, these people will always be a part of your life. Let me reflect back to the quote that I shared earlier, and let me read it in its entirety. The actions we take and the decisions we make in this decade will have consequences far into this century. If America shows weakness and uncertainty, the world will drift into tragedy. This will not happen on my watch, according to our president. You have learned here at RTC to stand the watch. You are familiar with the responsibility and accountability and the demand that comes with faithful watch standards. It is now time to put your training into practice. Our president committed our nation to resolve and to a courageous action. He promised America that we would not show weakness and uncertainty, not on his watch. As I stand here today, and as you stand with me, prepared to serve and chart the course for your future, I leave you to ponder, what will history say about your future decisions? How will the future judge your actions? Say, what will you do, and how will you stand your watch? Thank you. God bless you, and God keep you.
Captain Moran will now receive the salute of the graduating division, and he will be joined on the drill deck by Master Chief Banks. Please remain seated now until your graduates have been placed on liberty.